Most people throw this slimy veggie away. But after 5 days, it changed how my gut, my skin, my sleep, everything felt. And I almost didn't try it. My friend laughed when they saw me sipping a cloudy green jar. "Why would you drink that?" they asked. I smiled, because years ago, I asked the same thing. I didn't know then. What I know now, food can whisper healing if you listen long enough, and okra was a whisper I almost ignored. But here's the truth. Our grandparents didn't need research papers. They just watched what worked. And sometimes the thing that works doesn't look appetizing. It looks slimy. 1. Gut healing starts with the slime. It didn't hit me all at once, just small, quiet things. A belly that always felt heavy, even when I didn't eat much. A kind of tightness around the waistline, like something inside was holding on. Some mornings, I'd sit there, waiting. Nothing moved, and other days, it was the opposite. Sudden, loud, urgent, no rhythm, no trust in my own gut. I blamed stress, tried herbal teas, bought expensive probiotics, took fiber powders that tasted like cardboard. They helped a little, but nothing shifted. Not really. Then someone said the words I never thought I'd follow. "Try okra water." I laughed, out loud, but something about how they said it, quiet, knowing, stuck with me. So I did it. Sliced 3 pods, dropped them into a mason jar, filled it with spring water, let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, I drank it. Didn't taste much, a bit thick, but not bad. And here's what surprised me. I didn't feel anything, not dramatically, but something stopped clenching. That day I had a bowel movement without effort. No forcing, no second coffee, no cramps, just flow. It felt like my gut exhaled, like it finally got something it remembered from long ago. Turns out that slimy layer, it's called mucilage, a type of soluble fiber, not just fiber for bulk, but fiber for healing. It coats your inner lining, like aloe for your intestines. It feeds the good bacteria without the bloat. And it reduces inflammation like a quiet rain over fire. That's what I'd been missing. Not force, not pills, just something gentle. Something my ancestors probably used without question. Now, it's part of my morning rhythm, not because I have to, but because my body asks for it. 2. Blood sugar stabilization. Without sugar crash, I used to call it the crash. That moment around 2 or 3 p.m. when my body gave up. I'd power through lunch, then suddenly my eyes would glaze over. My thoughts would fog. I wasn't hungry, but I felt drained. And the fix, more coffee, a sugary snack, something to jolt me back into focus. But the crash always came back, like a tide that never stopped pulling. No one told me that even healthy foods, like fruit juice or oatmeal, could send my blood sugar spiking, then plummeting, leaving me tired, cranky, and confused. Until I tried okra water. What I didn't realize then was this. That slimy stuff, it's not just for your gut, it's for your glucose. Inside okra is a compound called mucilage. Yes, the gel. But it slows digestion in a good way. It creates a soft, sticky matrix that traps sugars, releasing them slowly, gradually, like a drip of calm instead of a wave of chaos. And it's not just the mucilage. Okra is also rich in polyphenols and flavonoids, plant compounds that help your body use insulin more wisely. They reduce the spikes. They smooth the ride. After just a few days of drinking okra water on an empty stomach, my afternoons shifted. No jitters, no sudden naps, just energy. That stayed. Not hyped, not caffeinated, but clear. It was like turning down the volume on my body's panic and letting it settle into a rhythm it had been missing for years. You don't need to be diabetic to benefit. In fact, most of us are riding sugar roller coasters without even knowing it. Okra water didn't fix everything, but it helped my body remember balance. And sometimes, balance is more powerful than control. 3. Skin, hormones, libido, and ancestral memory. I didn't expect anyone to notice. It was just okra water, right? But by day 5, my neighbor stopped mid-conversation. "You look rested," she said. Not glowing, not younger, just softer, like something had let go. What I didn't know then was that your kidneys are your silent filters. When they're clogged or overworked, the waste doesn't disappear. It finds new exits, and your skin is one of them. That breakout that won't fade, the dullness no cream fixes, the texture you can't quite explain. Sometimes, it's your kidneys asking for help. And okra water, it's a gentle helper, a natural diuretic, without the dehydration. It helps flush uric acid, excess sodium, and toxins the body would rather not keep. And when that burden lifts, your skin finally breathes again. But here's the part no one warned me about. Hormones. For women I shared this with, especially those navigating PMS or menopause, something shifted. Fewer mood swings, more regular cycles, less heat, more ease. Why? Okra contains phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that don't dominate your system, but rather whisper balance back in. And for men, libido didn't just improve, it returned like a familiar melody you forgot you once danced to. Not performance, not urgency, just warmth, presence, connection. They used to say, "Your body forgets nothing, only waits to be reminded." And that's when I remembered what my grandmother once told me, how her mother tucked seeds into her braids before boarding a ship she never chose. Seeds of okra, seeds of memory, seeds of continuance. They didn't just survive, they passed on what still works. And maybe, in every slimy sip, we're not just healing our gut, we are reweaving a story that was never meant to be lost. 4. How to prepare. Okra water the right way. You don't need a detox plan, or a blender, or a meal prep routine. You just need a jar, 3 okra pods, and a quiet evening. Here's how I do it. Simple, sacred. Step 1, slice 2 to 3 fresh okra pods. Not too thin, just enough to expose the inside. Let the seeds show. Step 2, drop them into a clean glass jar. A mason jar works, but anything with a lid will do. Step 3, fill the jar with spring water, not tap. If you can, use filtered or mineral-rich water. Let it feel like a gift, not just hydration. Step 4, refrigerate overnight. 12 to 24 hours is ideal. This is when the mucilage, that healing gel, slowly seeps into the water. This is where the shift begins. In the morning, before food, before coffee, gently shake the jar and drink about 16 ounces. The taste? Neutral, like rainwater. The texture? A little thick. But that's the medicine. That's the memory. Some people add a slice of lime. Some steep it with mint. But me, I keep it plain. I let my body speak without distraction. Important. Drink it on an empty stomach. That's when it works best. Before digestion gets busy, before noise returns. And don't throw the pods away. Once the soak is done, you can lightly steam them. Add them to soup, or just chew them slowly. Because healing doesn't waste anything. This isn't a challenge. It's not 5 days to fix yourself. It's a ritual, a return, a soft reminder that your body still knows how to respond if you offer it something real. Maybe it wasn't about the okra. Maybe it was about listening before fixing, about slowing down before searching again. Your gut didn't betray you. It whispered. But no one taught us how to hear it. That wave of tiredness, that fog in the afternoon, that skin that felt dull no matter what you ate, those weren't flaws. They were messages, gentle ones. And maybe this small act of soaking seeds in silence was never about fiber or blood sugar. Maybe it was your body's way of saying, "I remember how to feel well. I just needed you to come back and ask." You're not broken. You're not behind. You were just never given this kind of rhythm. A slow, daily return to your own knowing. And maybe healing doesn't come from effort, but from remembering what already worked. Seeds soaked, mornings quiet, the body no longer fighting but receiving. If something in this softened you, comment "still here" below. For the days your gut spoke louder than your mind. For the elders who carried seeds so you could carry strength. For the part of you that still wants to trust your body again. Next time, the one food your liver hates after 60, even though it's still called healthy. Hint, it's not sugar. Tap, subscribe, and let's walk this path of quiet healing together.